Let us understand how we can filter the data in Spark SQL. We can leverage where clause to filter the data. We can perform all comparison operations such as equals, not equals, greater than, less than using operators such as equal, not equal, greater than, less than that are specified here. And we can use these operators to compare a column or expression or literal with another column or expression or literal. When we say expression, it can be a column name, it can be a constant or literal, or it can be a derived value from a existing column value. We can also perform pattern matching using like with percentage and regexp like. We'll be seeing some examples with like with percentage. We can also perform Boolean operations such as or and end. Here are some of the examples. One example is get all orders with order status equals to complete or closed. Either we can say order status equal to complete or order status equal to closed, or we can also leverage in operator. Wherever we are trying to compare multiple values against one column, we can say order status in complete comma closed in case of Boolean or. Another example here which will cover both Boolean or and end, it is nothing but get all orders from month 2014 January with order status equals to complete or closed. We have to extract month using order date, compare with 2014 January, and then we have to use end operator, and then we have to include order status in complete comma closed, or we have to say order status equal to complete or order status equal to closed. At times in a given table, some of the column values might be null, and we have to treat null values differently. It is because of the way databases typically deal with null. We should not treat the nulls as empty strings or minus ones. Rather, we have to deal in a bit differently depending upon the underlying database technology we are using. So to compare with nulls, we have to use is null or is not null, and then we should be able to see the results. So let's get into the example so that you understand how to filter the data leveraging most of these important features. First, I'm connecting to the database using this use command. Then I'm listing the tables. We already have orders and order items. If you are interested, you can run some queries against the tables, and you can validate whether the data is there or not. Forget about the students table. It is by accident created in this. I will not be using this. I'll be using other students table to demonstrate examples related to null and not null. That being said, this is how you can apply simple where condition. You have to start with select clause. You have to specify all the columns which you want to project. Then from clause, and you have to specify the table name from which you want to project the data. Then comes where condition like this. Where and then the condition like this. It can be a column against a value or literal like complete here, or a column against another column, or a derived column against another derived column. You can apply functions on either side, and you should be able to derive new values and you can compare. Using this example, let's preview the data. You should be able to see 10 orders with status complete. Once we get the orders, then we'll also see the count. You can see all the order statuses have complete in it. Now when it comes to orders, it has 68,883 records. Now I am doing count by saying order status equal to complete. If you look at the count, I typically use 1. You can also use star. Don't worry too much whether 1 or star in the examples. You can leverage either of them. And you can see that there are 22,899 records with order status complete. Now if you want to apply Boolean or operator on one column against multiple values, you can use in like this, and you should be able to get the records with order status either in complete or in closed status. You can also use Boolean operator in place of in. However, Boolean or is typically used when you are trying to apply or condition against multiple columns. So one condition could be on one column and another condition could be on another column. In that case, we typically use or. If all the conditions related to or are against one column, such as order status in this case, then we use in operator like this. However, if you want to write with or clause or condition or operator, you can actually write the query like this. But in is preferred than or in this scenario. Now let's also get the count with order status in complete comma closed. You can see it have 30,455 rows. To validate that are also working, we can actually copy this, add a new cell here, and then say count of 1. We can remove limit 10 because it will return only one record. It should also return 30,455 rows or records. You can see both are working in the similar manner. So functionally both work in the similar manner, but you should prefer this if you are using only one column comparing against with multiple values. However, you can also solve this problem using OR. Now the other example is get all those orders which are placed in 2014 January where status is in complete or closed. You can see that I'm saying order date like 2014-01% using like operator, and you should be able to see the results. So all the orders are placed in 2014 January, and the order status is either in complete or closed. As I have mentioned to you earlier, as part of the where condition, you can not only specify column names like this, you can also have derived columns. So in this case, let's use date format and get the year and month and compare with 2014-01 and then see the results. So what we need to do is we can copy this. So there is a function called as date format. I can use it on top of order date, and then I can say y hyphen capital M, which will give us the only the year and month part of the date, and then I can say equal to, and then I can remove the percentage here. Now if I run this, I should be able to see the orders that are placed in 2014 January with complete or closed status. We can also get the count to make sure that the previous approach and this approach works without any discrepancies. So let me remove this limit and let me use count. When we use like, it have written 2544 records. Now let's see how many records this will return. If both are returning same, that means the queries are correct. Functionally, we can use either of the approach. So here we have used like, here we have used date format with equal to compare against 2014 January. So this is how you should be able to filter the data using where condition by comparing a column or expression or literal with another column or expression or literal. Now let's talk about the null values. For that, I'll be using a new database called as ITversity SMS, and I'll be creating a table students. I'll be inserting data into the table, and then I will be demonstrating how to compare with a null. The reason why I'm creating a new database and new table is because orders and order items doesn't have any null values in them. So let me drop this database ITversity underscore SMS. For now, just copy paste these commands and run, create the tables, load the data, and then explore the is null and is not null. We will be talking about the syntax and semantics of these DDL commands at a later point in time, especially creating the table, and also we'll be talking about DML at a later point in time to load and insert the data into the table. Now let me drop the table if it exists. Now let me create the table. I'm using Avro file format. Don't worry too much about this. Just copy paste and run these things, and you should be good to go with the agenda related to dealing with null values. Now I'm inserting individual records. I'm inserting 4 records here. You can see that the student ID for first record is 1, second record is 2, third and fourth records are 3 and 4 respectively. We have student first name, student last name, student phone number, and student address. So there is some issue with this command. Let me fix these issues and let me run this. It will insert 2 records at a time. Let's preview the data. It should return all the 4 records here. You can see here there are 2 records with the student address as null and 1 record with the student phone number as null. Now we can use is null and is not null to get those records with phone number as null or student address as null, and also we can get those records where phone numbers or student addresses are not nulls. You can see the example here. If you use is equal to null, it will not work, it will fail. The column name is phone number, not phone numbers. You can see that it will not fail, but it will not show any results. Even though there is a record with the phone number as null, still it is not showing anything here because we are using equal to. We should not be using equal to. Similarly, you can try with the not equal to also. Even that one will not work. It will not return anything. So null is different and you have to deal with it differently. Now if I use is null, I should be able to see that one record, which is nothing but this one, Scott Tiger, where phone number is null. It will come up in a moment. You can see the results here. Student phone number is null and you can see the student details. You can now say is not null and you should be able to see the other 3 records where the phone number present in them. So this is how you can deal with the null values using is null and is not null. And overall, we have spoken about the filtering of the data using where condition, where we can specify equal condition or not equal condition, greater than, less than. If you want, you can explore those things. And also we have touch based the Boolean operations such as Boolean OR and Boolean AND. And also we have dealt with the like operator for pattern matching. And also we have seen how to apply functions on the columns to derive a new value and compare with it. And also we have seen how to deal with the null values.